Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. And in this video I'm going to be showing you how I created this makeup look. And something new that I'm trying to do here in this video today is that I've used mostly products that I've never tried before. All I did was swatch them. I've never applied them to my face, so this video is the first time I've ever used them. The only thing that's not new are the mascara and the eyeshadow primer. Everything else I've used on my face today is brand new to me, and some of the releases are also brand new. So I really hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, let's get to the makeup look and my naked makeup face. I already moisturized my face, so I'm going to prime my eyes with the Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer. And then I'm gonna go in with my very first new product, and this is the Archery 2-in-1 Brow Sculpting and Setting by Soap & Glory. And what this is one of those triangular brow pencils, and then it has a setting gel on the other end. I'm not gonna use the setting gel right now because I have a different one for that I want to try. So I'm going to try this in my brows. It's nice right here at the front because you've got quite a wide tip to work with if you use it horizontally. And then to set my brows, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Brow Artist Plumper in light medium. I heard tons of people raving about this, so I just thought I'd give it a whirl. I think I like it. I just have to get used to the length of the wand, I think. Let me grab a spoolie to sort of get rid of any clumps. Especially this side is a little bit clumpy. And then for foundation, I'm going to be using the L'Oreal Nude Magique Cushion Foundation. This is the lightest shade. This is Porcelain. And I'm having the general sense that this might be a little bit too dark for me. I'm just going to dab my brush into the sponge and apply this all over. I like the coverage this gives. It gives coverage, but it's nothing too dark. And the shade isn't as dark as I had expected, so let's see how we fare. I think this may actually be a perfect shade for right now. So apart from new foundation, I'm also going to be using a new concealer, and this is the Rimmel Perfect Match Concealer in the lightest shade as well. This is Ivory, and it has a squeezy tube, but it does have a brush. I'm really into applying concealer on some areas of my face again as well. I like using lighter coverage foundations in summer, but then I do like to even things out a little bit more with a concealer. So I've been using the Real Techniques. I think this is the buffing brush for the larger areas of my face, such as my nose, my forehead, and for the under eye, I've been using the Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush. Oh, I really like this concealer. It blends in very nicely. It feels very lightweight, actually. I've been using the Maybelline Fit Me lately, and that's a bit thicker, and this has a much lighter consistency. Base is almost done, and to powder, I'm going to be using this Makeup Revolution Ultra Contour Palette. It has 8 different shades, looks like this. And I think I'm going to be using this slightly yellow tone powder to set my makeup. Let me find my powder brush. Because it seems to be completely matte, and the other ones seem to have a bit of a sheen to it, so I'm just gonna go and see how this works. Oh, and I'm using a Sigma F80 for this. And I just kind of press it on like that. My brush doesn't really fit into the pan very well. That is the first thing I'm noticing. But then again, I don't think I'd be using this for face powder on a daily basis. It's just that these were the only powders I bought, so I wanted to make sure I used them in this video. Alright, so that's my face powdered. We'll get back to that palette in a little bit when I get to my contour. But for bronzer, I'll be using the Solar Powder Bronzer by Soap & Glory. And this is what it looks like. There was a little bit of pink overspray right here in the middle, and I tried to take that off as much as possible. And I'm going to be using a Sigma F50, which is a large stippling brush. And I'm just going to swirl these together and apply this around. Well, pretty much I've been liking bronzer all over my face lately. Oh, this is a really nice tone, actually. I never bought it before because I thought it would be too dark for me. But it seems that with a light application, it works perfectly. Into the Makeup Revolution palette, and I'm going to be using a contour, and I'm going to be using this lightest shade here because that seems to be the ashiest. And I'm going to be using my e.l.f. small stipple brush for this as per usual. Oh, I really like how this powder blends. And it's definitely not a bronzer, but really a contour shade on my skin tone. Then I'm going to be using this palette again, but I'm going to use this shade right here, and I'm going to use that as my highlight. And it's got like a pink, ooh, that's a lot more intense than I thought. It's got a lot more shimmer than what it looks like in the pan. Yep, there's a little bit of glow there. Then the only blush that I bought is one that I did already use, and this is Mood Exposure by Hourglass. And I'm going to be using a Zoeva like angled blush. This is called the Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. So like an angled blush brush. And I think that might be a bit too much, but we'll just dab it on. And then blend it out. And this like Hourglass products work like a dream. So I already knew that because I have diffused heat, I think. Yeah, diffused heat, and this is a product that is just as good as that, so I absolutely love it. And for eyes, I've been a bit naughty. Don't judge. I'm pretty sure people have showed you this before, but I just want to show you too. And it's got the little butterfly right there. And then it has this little tray with shadows, and it also comes with a brush, but I usually take those out. So yeah, the shades in this are amazing. The pigmentation is great. I already swatched this, but this is the first time I'll be applying these to my eyes. So one thing I definitely want to work into the look is this Periwinkle blue. I think it will go pretty nicely as a contrast with the sweater I'm wearing today. And other than that, I'm going to keep it fairly neutral. I do think I want to put in a little bit of that reddish coppery shade. But I'm not going to go in with any of the other crazy colors for now. Maybe the orange. The orange is a great color. You know what? I'm going to put the orange all over my lid. Oh, and I'm not using like anything to blank out my eyelid right now. I just primed it so it's going to stay put, but I didn't use Painterly Paint Pot to like just... That way you can see how the shadows apply on their own. But I'm pretty sure this is going to be intense. That's really pretty. It's a lot less vibrant if I just apply it straight to my eye. I'm pretty sure if you were to apply this with like a more skin tone base underneath, it would be looking a lot more vibrant or over a white. So that's the orange all over the lid, and I think what I'm going to do is smudge this a little bit on the outside of my eye and into the crease, and then I'm going to blend out the crease with one of the brown shades. So let me take that. This is Salazen Grum, and the orange is called Paradox, in case you were wondering. I'm just going to apply that like so. Oh wow, I love that shade. That's stunning. It's a lot more red than copper, actually, so I'm just going to pull it up a little bit. Alright, so now I'm just going to blend it with a clean Sigma E40. I'm gonna find this one. This is the Sigma E45, and I think I'm gonna go in with Dormouse, because I just love the name of that. And I'm going to apply that to the crease. Time to transition the crease, because else it's going to be pretty harsh. And I'm going to use Reflection for that. And this is a really nice skin-toned color, and it's matte. And then I'm going to take Looking Glass, which is like an off-white with a pinky undertone underneath my brow bone. And I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm going to use this shade, and that is Lily. And it looks like nothing in the pan, but when you swatch this, it actually has a pinky purple shift to it, so when you move around. So I think this will be pretty in the inner corner. Just to brighten it up, and especially because it has that pinky purple undertone, it will make your eyes look a bit more open and white as well. It makes the white of your eyes a bit more white. Concealer doesn't crease all that much, actually. I'm pretty happy with that. Usually at this stage, I have to dab in my concealer again because I do have some fine lines there. So that usually happens with any concealer I use, and this one seems to stay in place quite nicely, so I'm happy about that. Now for the lower lash line, I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of Metamorphosis, and that's that periwinkle blue that I was talking about earlier. And I'm just going to apply that here, and I'll warm up the outer corner in a bit to blend it out a bit more. So this is one that you do think, that I think you have to apply over a base to make sure that it really looks as it does in the pan. So yeah, what I think I'm gonna do is sort of smudge a little bit of Duchess, which is this shimmery skin tone, like a little bit of a brown, and I'm just going to use that to smoke out the shade a little bit. I don't want anything too dark. So I'm going to take my little smudge brush again, and I'm going to sort of, excuse me, and I'm going to intensify that outside. And I'm going to use Chronosphere for this. And this is like a deep bronzy brown shade. And this is also a bit more cool toned. So I'm just going to apply it to the outer third of my eye. And I'm going to smudge it up onto my upper lash line. Finish off this look, I cannot go without using Time. This is a black with the best shimmer ever I've seen in a black, and it's super intense. So I'm going to apply that as liner, and that also has a cooler undertone. So that way, again, I hope to make the top seem a little bit less warm and the bottom a bit more like they go together a bit more. Alright, so that is eyeshadow done, so I'm going to use mascara. This is not new. I did buy a new mascara, but since they dry out really quickly, and I'm all about using up something before I start something new, and I don't want to have 10 mascaras that are open, that is something I'm not using today, because this one is still good to go. This is Tea and Cookies from the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick. So this is supposed to be a liquid lipstick, so we'll see how long this will last today. And I want to go for more of a nude shade because of the eye look. This is a very thin consistency. I have to get used to that. It doesn't set too quickly, so you do have a little bit of time to work with it, which is nice. And that, people, concludes this makeup look. I'm quite happy with it, actually, and I really like that eye look. I hope you thought it worked out nicely as well, so please give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of video. Alright, so I just got home and there is actually enough lighting for me to be filming something right now, so that's good news. And this is what the makeup looks like after a full day of wear. So just for your information, I applied the makeup around, I'd say 11 a.m. and it is now 9 p.m. So it's a good solid 10 hours of wear. The lipstick is completely gone. It wore off quite nicely throughout the day. It did leave a little bit of a stain right here on the edge, but that's it. I didn't reapply it, just to show you the best way of how it would have stayed put. The eyeshadow is still on, so I'm really happy about that. I was very teary-eyed today. It was my hay fever, my allergies were playing up, and I was just like crying all day long. Brows still look okay. And also the blush and the highlight and the bronzer, I think the contour is a little bit less intense than it was when I first applied it. So it did disappear a little bit, but it's okay. I hope it focuses. My under eye concealer doesn't look too creased. The lower lash line is a little bit smudgy, but I think that's because of the crying and the tears I experienced all day. And, but yeah, the foundation looks nice as well. I'm not too shiny. I didn't powder at all. I didn't touch up anything throughout the day. So, yeah, I'm really happy with this makeup, actually. So, very good first impression here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!